Nothing screams Southern comfort quite like warm biscuits slathered in gravy. Plenty of chains got 'em, but not all gravies are made equal. Cracker Barrel has been cranking out Southern-style comfort food since 1969. Today, the chain has around 650 restaurants across the country. If you're a fan of all-day breakfast, you're in luck. And one of Cracker Barrel's most popular dishes is biscuits with a traditional sawmill gravy, which is made with pork flavors, salt, and pepper. Unfortunately, this is one dish that Cracker Barrel just can't get right. Diners have complained about pretty much every aspect of the biscuits and gravy. One Redditor called out the gravy for tasting like rancid bacon fat, while someone on TripAdvisor took issue with the whole dish. They wrote, "The sausage biscuit and gravy was horrible. No sausage. Gravy looked and tasted like glue, and biscuits were not completely done." Another customer complaint, the serving size. "The portions are pathetic. If you order biscuits and gravy and someone else also orders it at your table, they bring the same amount of gravy as a single order." Several reviewers have also complained that the biscuits are stale, cold, thin, hard, and small.
Anything else?
The good news? If you don't love the biscuits and gravy, at least the dish comes with a side of bacon or sausage. Founded in 1995 in Mount Shasta, California, Black Bear Diner is a chain of rustic bear-themed restaurants with around 160 locations in 13 states. The chain offers its biscuits and gravy all day as a side order for a wide range of breakfast items. But don't get too excited. The most common complaint about Black Bear Diner's biscuits and gravy is that there's way too little gravy. One diner wrote on Yelp, "Biscuits and gravy were cold and dry. Barely any gravy for large biscuits. I was disappointed."
That's hardly the correct ratio.
On TripAdvisor, another disappointed customer questioned the dish's legitimacy altogether. "The biscuits and gravy aren't real biscuits and gravy. The biscuits are more like muffins or cake. The gravy has very little sausage and no real seasoning." Considering another Yelp user referred to this meal as the worst food ever, you may want to steer clear. If you're not familiar with the Broken Yolk Café, we don't blame you. The chain's 40 or so locations are mostly in California, with less than a dozen spread across Arizona, Texas, Nevada, and Idaho. The breakfast and lunch joint is known for its classic American fare and Southern and Southwestern treats, including biscuits and gravy. Listed under Breakfast Craves, Betty's Southern Biscuit and Gravy features a buttermilk biscuit covered in gravy and topped with sausage, bacon, or fried chicken strips. The dish is served with hash browns, home fries, or fresh fruit. Sounds great on paper, but it hasn't impressed patrons. One disappointed reviewer said on TripAdvisor, "Biscuit was tasty at first, but had a funky aftertaste. Gravy was lumpy, which is okay if it's tasty. Theirs isn't. Same funky aftertaste as the biscuit." Another diner agrees that the dish leaves a lot to be desired, noting, "The gravy was only so-so to go with doughy biscuits." In fairness, one diner did describe the dish as alright on Yelp, but noted the gravy was too sweet. Hardees proudly makes its biscuits from scratch. Starting at 4 a.m., they bake a fresh batch every 15 minutes to supply more than 10 biscuit-based sandwiches and their biscuit and gravy. There's a clear divide among Hardees customers regarding the biscuits and gravy. Some think it's the best thing since sliced bread. As one TripAdvisor review reads, "They have the most incredible sausage, biscuit, and gravy I've ever had. And the price is so reasonable. We stop here for breakfast every opportunity we get. But others, not so much." One diner on Facebook said the dish looks and tastes like powdered water served over a hockey puck. With only 10 locations in the U.S., Hash House A Go-Go has built quite a following with a very limited footprint.
At Hash House A Go-Go, the food is all kinds of crazy.
Known for its twisted farm food concept, the chain's biscuits and sausage gravy comes with 2 biscuits, 2 eggs, griddled mashed potatoes, and of course, sausage gravy. Diners' reactions range from enthusiastic praise to utter condemnation. Portion size is especially polarizing. One diner on Yelp knocked a few stars off their review because they thought the portions were too big. But those with bigger stomachs count the biscuits and gravy as a highlight of the menu. Another Yelp reviewer wrote, "Whoever put that amount of gravy is my favorite person of the day because it was perfect. Biscuits are supposed to be swimming in gravy, and they do not disappoint here. Delicious sausage gravy mixed with a huge fresh biscuit can't be beat." On the downside, other patrons found the gravy bland and the biscuits too hard. As one wrote on TripAdvisor, "I was so heartbroken when I realized the biscuits and gravy are basically just mashed potatoes with half of an extremely overcooked rock-hard biscuit shoved on top." The Bob Evans restaurant chain began as an extension of an Ohio sausage business in the late 1940s. The once tiny restaurant grew in popularity and eventually expanded into the successful Bob Evans chain. Since it's famous for sausage, you'd expect the chain sausage gravy to be a highlight of the menu. And it is. Served with freshly baked biscuits, Bob Evans' take on the classic dish is officially named Sausage Gravy and Biscuits, not the other way around.
Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it.
Timothy Moore reviewed Bob Evans for Business Insider and noted that the chain's biscuits, while large, aren't anything to write home about. The gravy, though, is pleasantly spicy, and the sausage flavor shines through. But a TripAdvisor reviewer had a different take, writing, "The biscuits were good, but the gravy was a brown-looking goop that didn't taste like gravy, and someone spilled the salt shaker in."
Hey, I said no salt!
Judging by its social media, First Watch seems to think their biscuits and gravy are what dreams are made of. But how do they really stack up? An order of First Watch's biscuits and turkey sausage gravy comes with a house-baked buttermilk biscuit, seasoned potatoes, and cage-free eggs cooked to your liking. The dish has received a mixture of praise and criticism. On the upside, one TripAdvisor review calls it best biscuits and gravy I've had in a long time. But not everyone is a fan of the turkey sausage gravy. One self-proclaimed hardcore lover of biscuits and gravy wrote on Yelp, "I was not pleased or impressed with these ones. The turkey sausage they used overpowered the taste of the gravy, and so the whole dish tasted very meaty, not necessarily how gravy does. The biscuit was also a bit too soft, so the gravy made it mushy." While pretty much every pancake alternative at the International House of Pancakes will get overshadowed by their namesake flapjacks, IHOP's biscuits and gravy are nothing to spit at. IHOP bag just doesn't have the same ring to it. IHOP's buttermilk biscuit and gravy combo is composed of flaky buttermilk biscuits, warm gravy, 2 eggs, 2 pork sausage links, 2 bacon strips, and hash browns. One diner shared on TripAdvisor, the biscuit was large and the gravy was very good, not overly salty. But the dish has a few detractors too. One customer wrote on Yelp, "I assumed that the gravy was sausage gravy with the biscuit, but it turns out it is like a country gravy. The biscuit and gravy to me seemed to have a hint of lemon to it, which I did not particularly care for. Lemon and meat drippings? Something of an acquired taste." The Flying Biscuit Café is known for fresh, Southern-inspired comfort food served all day long. What sets the chain's biscuit, eggs, and gravy apart from other restaurants is that the gravy is made with chicken sausage rather than traditional pork. It's served with scrambled eggs and grits along with a biscuit. Could diners really love chicken sausage over pork sausage? The answer, apparently, is yes. One happy reviewer wrote on TripAdvisor, "The biscuits are the best. They have a sweetness to them that is hard to imitate. The eggs, biscuits, and gravy is my go-to dish when we visit the restaurant." Another patron agrees that the chicken sausage gravy works well with the biscuits. "I was surprised by how good the chicken sausage gravy was. I am a biscuit/gravy lover. Still, you can't please everyone." One disappointed diner wrote on Yelp, "Almost no actual gravy, mostly a pile of ground-up chicken sausage, so it looked more like dog food." A 2024 post on Big Bad Breakfast Facebook page reads, "There's nothing like the warm comfort of a delicious biscuit, especially if it's smothered in gravy. The chain's biscuit and gravy is made with buttermilk and black pepper biscuits." And unlike any other restaurant on this list, Big Bad Breakfast offers a few gravy options. They have the classic sausage, but you could also opt for tomato or red-eye gravy made with the fat of pan-fried country ham. Most reviewers rave about the dish. One diner was especially impressed with the biscuits, writing on TripAdvisor, "The biscuits are hot and fluffy. I don't know how they do it, but the outside is glazed and just a little crunchy. Just a snap when you bite, and the inside is light and fluffy."
I can't believe.
Another enthusiastic patron wrote on Yelp, "I was craving biscuits, and this place did not disappoint. The biscuits and gravy was near perfect, although I wish the gravy had been warmer. The only complaint Big Bad Breakfast's biscuit and gravy seems to get is that there isn't enough meat in the sausage gravy for some." If you're just finding out that McDonald's has biscuits and gravy, you're not alone. It's a regional item, so most people probably have no idea it even exists. Primarily available in southern states, though some Redditors report that they've ordered them in the Midwest, the biscuits and gravy are composed of scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and 8 ounces of Southern-style sausage gravy. In a TikTok, former McDonald's corporate chef Mike Harris sang the dish's praises.
"Yes, in some locations, McDonald's does have biscuits and gravy, and it is actually one of the better breakfast items you can get at McDonald's."
The biscuits and gravy have received a warm reception from those outside the inner circle of McDonald's too. Old Nerd Reviews called the biscuits flaky and said there's plenty of sausage in the gravy, with a healthy dose of pepper to add some kick. Folks on Reddit love it too. One wrote, "The gravy was creamy and salty on top of the always tasty biscuits, and it made for a perfect hungover treat." And if you can't find the biscuits and gravy at your local McDonald's, Harris noted in another TikTok that the gravy is nearly identical to the chef-made country sausage gravy available in stores. So you should be able to recreate this dish fairly accurately at home if you're curious. If you're familiar with Bojangles, you're probably not surprised that they're at the top of this list. Arguably no other major chain is as dedicated to its biscuit preparation. Bojangles meticulously makes a new batch from scratch every 20 minutes.
I like it that the biscuits are always fresh.
Bojangles offers plenty of biscuit-based menu items, and their Southern gravy biscuits and sausage gravy biscuits have both received high praise. As one diner gushed on TripAdvisor, "I'll go out of my way for biscuits and gravy. Add a side of eggs on top, and you have my favorite breakfast." In their review, Fast Food Pit Stops highlighted how large the pieces of sausage in the gravy are, which complemented the famous biscuits perfectly. Another reviewer on TikTok commented that they had a homemade taste. Since Bojangles is a chain with hundreds of locations, this is a serious testament to the love that goes into these things. One TripAdvisor user may have said it best when they wrote, "This is the motherlode of all biscuit and gravy houses. I just can't say enough about how good they are." If words won't do, the only solution is to pick up an order and see for yourself.